What's up, everybody? So I finally did it. I broke down and got my real estate license. I mean, it's been a long fight about this, but I finally did it. It was kind of part of my, while we were closed down, thing to do. And in this video, I want to talk about some of the reasons why I got it and some of the reasons why I didn't want to get it. My reason's probably a little different than everybody else's, but as an investor and somebody that's always out, running around the real estate world, and I got a lot of friends in the real estate world, I wanted to just go ahead and do this and put this tool in my kit bag. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So if you've seen me and Samantha running around, diving in the dirt, painting, crawling underneath houses and renovating stuff, well, this just kind of fits what we've been doing, and we've got a lot of information, a lot of knowledge in this space, and we want to be able to help other people. So I'm going to talk about that, and maybe this helps one person out there to maybe dive in or not to dive in. So let's do this. So there's a lot of pros and cons to getting a real estate license, but the first one was really access, okay? So a lot of times when you're going to buy a house, or a house, you see it as you drive by or hit Zillow or whatever, you run over there and you can't get into the house. There's a lockbox on there. What I realized as I was, going in and out of or around a lot of houses, I was hitting these roadblocks, these hiccups that just wouldn't let me, do anything in the investment world. I would either be too slow for the contract, because all the realtors have done beat me there, or the big guys had a realtor that was, talking for them, and they would get the contract in fast, and I slowly started getting kind of firewalled from a lot of deals. And I knew the property, I knew it had just come on the market, I knew everything about the deal, but I just couldn't. And the realtors I'd been working with, great people, great guys, but honestly, even in defense of them, is when there is a threshold of properties that the commission is just not really that much. And for them to run all over town with you is really not worth their time, and it's not fair to them actually to take them over there to do that. And you gotta, like the threshold of $30,000 to $70,000 houses as an investor, you gotta do those on your own. You gotta really just know to fire from the hip and have an idea of whether you want to make an offer or not, just on the rent rate or whatever the return is and how much you think the repairs are gonna be. It's just something you got to deal with. So access was a big deal. The second one, speed, falls into access, because I'll tell you the way the conversation is going to go. You call about a property, if it's listed with a realtor, he's going to be like, are you working with a realtor? And you're going to be like, no, I'm representing myself. And then he's going to be like, you know what? I don't want to talk to this guy, because there is kind of like an unwritten code there. Same way with for sale by owners. Some realtors don't want to deal with that. Whether it's legal or not, they just get kind of firewalled. And from when I was on the other side of the fence, they just wouldn't want to deal with you. And I understand that, because you haven't passed the test and you don't really speak the lingo. But I'll say this too, there's a lot of realtors that don't speak the lingo too, especially in the investment world. It's a totally different breed from buying a house to live in. The rent rates and the cash flow and the return on investment and things like that. Some realtors just don't speak that lingo. They're more of finding a house, the dream house that somebody wants to live in forever. Especially as far as the legalese on contracts and insurance and inspections and all that stuff for a smooth closure or closing of a house, they don't know if you know that unless you know the realtors. When you know the realtors, sometimes it's pretty easy. I mean, those are just things you got to think about on whether you want to get your license or not. Also, that kind of goes into your wholesaling world. As a wholesaler, without a license versus a wholesaler with a license, it's going to be up to your broker whether he's going to actually let you do that kind of wildcatting. I honestly kind of think that wholesaling should probably be regulated a little bit, because it's the Wild West out there. There's a lot of people getting torn up. And a lot of guys out there practicing quasi-law and quasi-real estate without a license. And I understand that wholesalers need to be there because those low-end properties need to be renovated and flipped, and most people don't want to deal with those properties. So it's a circle argument, but I think it will be regulated one day. But at the same time, you can do that as a real estate agent, but now you got to declare that you're a professional or you're a real estate agent. But your broker is probably going to put the reins on you on that and not really want to deal with the risk and liability of bringing that to the table. So just think about that. So number three, I think that's number three, is commissions and representation. See, let me tell you a story, okay? So last year-ish, there was a deal here in my neighborhood, and I was riding the lawnmower, and a guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you know anybody wants to buy that house?" And I was like, "I do know somebody that'll buy that house." And I was thinking I was going to wholesale this deal. I was going to just, get it under contract and I was going to flip it to him. Well, a realtor got involved before I was able to get involved. And I was like, man, all right. So I found the buyer, and not having a real estate license, I couldn't refer, I couldn't get a commission. So what I'm trying to say is what I did is I got Realtor A to talk to Realtor B that my friend might be interested in what they had to say, just trying to put the deal together, help some people find a cool house. And they closed the deal and I got nothing. See, if I would have been a real estate agent, I could have gotten a referral fee or actually done the deal, or I could have, there's so many things I could have done, and it would have made me about $8,000 or $10,000. You know what? That was just $10,000 that slipped through my hands. And knowing me, and a lot of people around me know I've always got something going in the real estate world, or I know where rentals are, or I know where properties are, or I know where vacation houses are, because this channel is about vacations. It's like a full-time vacation. That people contact me all the time and they're like, "Hey, could you blah, 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 or could you do this, or could you help us find this house, or what do you think about this house?" And I just couldn't do anything with it because I didn't have a real estate license. And now I'm able to do that. And I have always, enjoyed like showing people the beach life and showing people how, like what part of town they live in to go surfing or fishing, or what a stud right here, or live at the beach and what restaurants are the best, and everything that's part of this vlog and that makes this vlog. If you want to live that lifestyle, I feel like I was pretty much an expert in living that lifestyle.
What if you to go for a run? That's what I'm talking about.
Because that's what I do, and having a lot of knowledge in the real estate world, and I flipped quite a few houses, and I know a lot about, a lot of things that a lot of realtors don't know about. There's a lot more than just closing the deal and facilitating financing and doing that kind of stuff. It also has to do is, does that ridge line on that house look wrong? Or does that box over there, not line up right? And you might want to get that inspected. No, not as in doing an appraisal, or not as in doing an inspection, but as in saying, hey, you might want to get a chimney inspection. You might want to do these things because I see some things that just don't line up. So that's how that kind of all comes together. All right, so my next one was being a YouTuber and finding a broker that wanted to deal with a person with social media ties and a big YouTube channel. See, if you can take a YouTube channel or social media and tie it to a service or a product, they go together in an amazing way. And they can generate a lot of traction, and people, do business with people they know, like, and trust. And, with a vlog and YouTube channel and being in contact with a lot of people get to know you, and there's a lot of lead generation, and they begin to trust you, and you do things ethically, and you're a pretty nice guy, then people, want to do business with you. And, if you're a real estate agent, an attorney, a CPA, things like that, that you can legally do social media and provide a service, it's just an explosive thing. And finding a broker that was willing to let me have my YouTube channel, let us do our thing, put it together with a service like real estate, that was an amazing thing. And so I teamed up with Adore Real Estate here in Pensacola, and same one Brant is with. We have an office together. We moved in. All right, here's the office. It's all fancy. There's nobody here. Say hello to everybody so they can harass you from now on. Here's where all the magic takes place, right here. Big A, right there in the middle, and also some tile. Gotta tell Brant to finally move in. His computer hadn't got here yet. And then there's where the magic happens for me. Also, I haven't hung the play button. Thinking maybe a camera over there, not sure. But here's the new office. Still doing some renovations, but we'll get there in a little bit. Since our other office, basically got destroyed during the hurricane, check that vlog out. We are able to start again in another office just down the street and talk real estate every day, what we've been doing for 4 years now, and it's pretty awesome. Just glad to, be back in it and have a broker that understands our mindset and our way we kind of market things, and I think that's so cool. Because I've seen a lot of brokers just say, hey, you got a YouTube channel, you got to get rid of it. Which I don't understand, because that's a lead generation machine. Social media's lead generation machine. And to tell them to not have it when that's how you get deals is by being known. Not sure how that, why some brokers do that, but I'm glad that ours understand it, and you know, we can kind of work in our own entity. You know, the broker is the boss. Everything you do, advertisement and everything, has to do with your broker. And you as a sales associate, you just work for the broker. It's his listing, it's his whatever once it gets there, or her. You know, the broker owns everything. So it's just really important. All right, so lastly, I got to talk about some of the cons. With a license comes responsibility, and there are going to be things that you're not going to be able to do with having a license. You probably could have got away with by not having a license. Ethics are everything. Wholesaling, you're going to get, you know, put under the microscope because your broker's not going to like it. The realtor association's not going to like it. You're going to have to kind of like ride that line. Again, ethics, like you're just not going to be able to do a lot of things you were trying to do before. And you need to look into that before you get down this road, because once you get a license, you can be fined, you can be reprimanded. Like there's a lot of things you can't advertise in certain ways. A lot of stuff wholesalers do with advertisement is going to get you booted as a realtor. It's a lot more structured. There's a lot going on. You know, rightfully so, because now you're supposed to be a professional. So I hope this video kind of helped. It's getting kind of long. Like I think we're at 15 minutes now, and I've shot this video twice because the mic wasn't working right. So you know, we're on like hour 2 of making this video. But I hope this helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Maybe somebody else might want to learn about it. And I just wanted to film this so it could help just one person, and you know, put my thoughts out there of why I got a license, because I thought really hard about it and I didn't think I'd need one. I'm glad I got one. And if you're in the Pensacola, Destin, Fort Walton, Orange Beach area, give me an email. Jack Motley down below. Let's do some business.